everybody. Welcome back to Cocktails and Rocktails with me, your most notorious groupie, Alice Rouse, author of We've Got Tonight, The Life and Times of Notorious Groupie. You guys know. And these other little books, you guys. Everything you need, my merchandise, Patreon, cocktail or beer of the day, where you can get all my books, because I have a few, down in that description. So go down. And thank you guys, as always, for all the love and support. Really, truly, the friendships that I'm creating, it truly means the world to me. So those of you that are not subscribed, subscribe, join us. We've got an awesome community. Join it. Make it even better. And today, you guys, I'm going to do another reading from my book because I'm kind of enjoying doing the reading. Because like I said, I haven't really read my book since I wrote it and tried to edit it in long story. So kind of nice to read what I wrote. And we're going to continue drinking one of my favorite little winter cocktails with the now free Sophia. Just a little hot chocolate. I've got some amaretto and frangelica in there. Marshmallows. So good. So everybody, grab your marshmallows, kick up your feet, and let's have a little cocktails and rocktails. Cheers, big ears. All right. And today, like I said, we're going to do a little reading. Now, I think I've told this story before, but it's been a while. So I'm going to kind of retell this story, but with a reason. I recently did about rock stars being the groupie's groupie. And they do get possessive of us groupies. And this story is proof of that. So, this is, God, what fucking year is this? Now, here's the past. This is Megadeth. Must be around 89, 90. I don't know. My book is so long. Wait. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure out. This is only June. Oh, God, we're in November. Anyway, I'll put the year down here somewhere. But like I said, I've told this story before. So, well, and oh, so this was after... Every groupie, like I always say, every groupie has their one band that they're just super close to, that they create a whole saga and a history with. And Metallica was Danny and I's, but it always does have to end. And we were just kind of on the tail end of that. So that was about this time, and we defected to Megadeth because we knew the rumor mill would crank back to them and probably piss them off. So kind of hung out with Megadeth a little more. Okay, so this is November of that year. So, well, with Metallica behind us, Danny and I didn't have to secret... Okay, let me start again. Well, with Metallica behind us, Danny and I didn't have to secretly feel guilty about moonlighting with Megadeth. We had enjoyed those boys just about as much as Metallica over the years and had become the usual sisters to them. So when they weren't in town the night before the show, Danny and I would have to do the day of the show sidewalk peacocking, or would we? Somewhere along the way, because they were not in town the night before, somewhere along the way, Danny had broken the lace in her boot and needed to replace the string, so we went to the mall across the street from the Salt Palace to acquire the necessities. Little did we know that we would come out with more than a shoestring. As my friend began to lace up her boot, somehow, from behind the hot dog on a stick and raspberry lemonade stand, they spotted us. A group of 3 guys whose leader instinctively and quickly got up to get his prey. He had wanted her for some time now, but his lead singer had gone there first. And as they drew away from the food court gourmet that had been chowing down on, Danny and I spotted them and immediately gave chase. The guys had some fans behind them who were closing in for autographs and attention they thought was owed to them. So we ducked into a Hallmark store to get away from prying eyes. And we don't mean the bands. I had seen the bass player's look of determination coming towards us and knew he was on a mission. And you guys, don't take this wrong. This is just the description that I'm giving. It's not like I'm thinking I'm some like Farrah Fawcett, Pamela Anderson. I'm not. But you know what? This was Junior had a crush or whatever. So he knew I wasn't seeing Dave anymore. He saw an opportunity. So that's all I mean. So people who read the book and leave that I think I'm so stuck up. No, this is reality. So I'm not trying to say I'm like some just, oh my God, siren that just draws him in. There was always kind of a chemistry, and Junior was always drawn to me. So that's just all this is. Okay. Anyway, the bass player was not going to be stopped by the lurking fans and was not going to lose me this time. So he sent his tour manager into the store to corner me while he signed a couple of autographs. As I stood pretending to read a card and Danny faux browsed the wedding album section, he gently tapped my shoulder and put his hand around my forearm. I knew him from other Megadeth tours. Oh. Mega tours, and he knew I would recognize him. And I'm talking about the tour manager that I knew from other tours. His name was Mike. He was the one, if you watched the first time I met Megadeth when they were opening up for Dio, and they had to share rooms, and Dave Mustaine and I were together and sharing rooms, I'll put a link, or I'll link it to this video. Because it was the same tour manager. Okay. TM said hello and greeted me and Danny with the usual cheeky kisses. The drummer of Megadeth, Nick, God rest him, came up and chatted us up. Because Nick was their drum tech when we first started hanging out with Megadeth and then became their drummer. Okay, anyway. Last time we had seen him, he was the drum tech. A fine-ass drum tech and now official rock star. He stood no chance against Danny. He was gone from the second she got that alley cat look on her face. I can't do the look, but you know it if you see it. We all have that one friend. We know those looks. And with Kristen, Danny, and I, we each had our own specific, you're mine look. Okay. And just as she did get that look, Junior came along with the sweetest little look on his shy face. He'd just come around the corner, his arms were folded in front of him like this, slowly walking towards me. Hey, Allison, he said quietly at first. I remember you. It's me, Dave, from Megadeth. Junior. You don't say. You're Junior from Megadeth. Never seen you before to know that. He was a little careful to approach me, but once I smiled and said hello, he was on me like butter on cornbread. We all caught up and decided to go to the palace, but still had to get past the fans and the now growing crowd outside the store. Tour manager went out and asked the crowd to stand back when the guys came out, as he would be during any meet and creep after a show. The rest of us went out the back door of the store and out the side into the streets. Junior hung onto my hand tightly as we crossed the street, as if I would run away. Because I can understand that. He had just told me from his lead singer. The rest of us, okay, Dave Mustaine and I fluttered out during the last tour, and Junior had just taken me over without any hostility. He was a little worried I may wander just as easily away from him. I really had no intentions to, as I adored Junior. I mean, Suicidal Tendencies was opening on the tour, and I could have Mike again, their guitar player, who knew me before. But I was exactly where I secretly intended to be. As we entered the band's dressing room, so blah, 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 band's dressing room. So, hold on. Okay. As we entered the band's dressing room over at the Palace, Junior swung Danny and I in to say hello to his lead singer. Dave got his gruff little wicked smile and welcomed us with his usual hospitality. Drinks were mixed, I did a little dance, and Junior and I snuck off for a little lovin' that night before they hit the stage. Gotta inspire 'em, right? The band came up and Junior kissed me before hitting the platform to the chiding of his lead singer and the cheer of the giant crowd. The band was just into the third song when I saw a door crack open from the side of the stage. It was Mike Clark and Robert Trujillo. The latter the most of you know. Where am I? The latter most of you know these days as the bass player of Metallica. I saw my Mike and wanted to say hello, so then did the absolute most taboo thing I could ever have done to my sweet little rocker of the night. I walked down the stairs and into the graces of another rocker in front of the one I was with. But Junior was putting the kibosh on that as we spoke, and oh, he did. Danny was stunned that I had just walked down the stairs and over to another band, and apparently so was Megadeth's bass player. For before I could get even a "how are you" out of my mouth, Megadeth's ever faithful tour manager had me by the arm again, only this time it was a warning. "Hey," he began. "Junior says if you don't get your ass back on the side of that stage right now, you're off the program." And that way it was this. It was get your fucking ass back up there. Groupies of our kind of caliber, and like I said, we were very well-known groupies. We were flown all over the world. Don't get mad at me because I say of our caliber. You don't get mad at Scammy Les Pars or Baby Buell or anybody like that for saying the exact same thing. So take it with tongue-in-cheek or just trying to make an extra description, okay? Not that I think that much of myself. But we were a very welcome part of everybody's road family. Okay. Groupies of our kind of caliber were coveted and expected to be good little respectful lovers, just as we expected it out of our rockers. I had justified that rule, but not broken it. Not to mention, Junior had assumed me from his own lead singer earlier, and his fears were showing as I defected my position without a word to say hello to Mike and Robert. I sat stoically and faced a pouting Junior, because he was sitting on the side of the stage just giving me dirty looks. Like, I was like, don't give me a dirty look. One more dirty look and I will be off the side of the stage to my clerk. But I didn't. Okay. Watch this, strumming his way, his brow showing me his disapproval from the stage. Front row Joes watched the scene and stretched their necks to see who he was ignoring them for. I was secretly flattered that he even cared whether or not he had me to himself that night. I mean, what girl wouldn't want to be even slightly fought over by a rocker? I knew, and I liked it. But hell, Junior didn't seem to mind Danny and I hitting the crowd and on request to try and unsuccessfully find someone to Dave Mustaine for the night. Huh. Who's with these girls? They said no? Usually we could always find girls to, anyone. Road crew or lead singer in a metal crowd. These new girls wanted to be given special attention like they were precious. What did they think they were? Us? Oh, hell no. Again, just being a smartass when I wrote the book, you guys. We had earned our reputations and coveted positions by years of loyalty, lost panties, and trusted friendships. But there were no other groupie scenes like us ever again. And that's what I say when we earned our position. We had years and years. We were probably 10 years, 7 years into our rock and roll scene. And I know that's really hard for a lot of new girls who want to be part of the scene or pretend to be groupies on TikTok and stuff, because most groupies that they idolize are false idols, but they only lasted a year or two in the scene. Baby Buell lasted a lot longer, but so it's hard for a lot of people to fathom that 7 years down the line, we're still hanging out with the same bands. So we do have a certain friendship. We do have certain boundaries that are let down. So don't get mad, but there again, here's a story where I do talk about, yeah, that guy got mad because he was afraid he was going to lose me. And it happened to all of us. A lot of other groupies too. Oh, I burped a little, sorry. So that's proves right there, groupies do have their groupies and they're called rock stars. Because they get an idea, they want to, and it wasn't just the girls from LA in the 70s. The groupie scene is much bigger than that, ladies. Look beyond it. Get out of the almost famous, join us on the road. because it's a fucking blast. All right, you guys. Hope you enjoyed my kind of choppy reading. Sorry, still got the allergies. Going to see a specialist next week, so hopefully we can get this shit taken care of. All right, you guys. As always, thank you for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed my little book reading of the day. I'm going to be doing more of these, so let me know what you think down in the description. Tell me what chapter or story you want me to read next, okay? And while you're down there, for those of you that are not subscribed, and for subscribed, hit my bells, hit the subscribe button, and share me. Let's keep growing our community and show how awesome we are here, because we do have a lot of love, a lot of support, a lot of good friendships. Thank you for that, you guys. We'll see you next time here on Cocktails and Rocktails. Cheers, fingers.